Hello, this is Ramblings on Discipline Mind Podcast for Friday, April 15th, 2016. As of this recording, Sierra is still missing. Yeah, I said February yesterday. I don't know what my fixation on February was. I don't know why that was the month to pop out, but it was. So, last night I went to the college and I did the CLA Plus exam that we're supposed to do. It's something they want you to do before, well, we had to get it done this month, so I went ahead and scheduled it, and I got it done. We're not supposed to really be telling a whole lot of details because it's copyrighted. So I'm going to kind of share what I experienced, but I'm going to be changing things, so I'm not using necessarily the exact situations that they had us do. It's not similar to, they have a practice or a sample test that you can look at, so it's not unsimilar to that. So the first part of it is based on, well, it's really this whole thing is based on critical thinking. So you get there, first of all, you gotta use a secure browser. So you go to a certain website and you click a button to download a secure browser, and so you do that, and you gotta give it a session number, and the proctor, who's the person that's sitting there, has gotta approve you, and then you can take the test. The first section is 60 minutes. This is timed, and you've got to read all these various things. So in this case, the scenario was that there was a town that on the outskirts of it had a hockey stadium with where a not NHL, but like maybe one level down, kind of a farm team kind of thing, was playing. They've been there for a long time. This isn't like a big city, but it's a smaller city. Somebody's gonna get pulled over, and it's not me. And they've been there for 50 years. They've been there for 50 years, and the building is showing its age. The roof is leaking, so they got to close off a section because of that. The HVAC system is messing up, so they can't keep the proper temperatures, so that causes problems with the ice and all this. So they have, the area around it's kind of getting nasty. So they've put in a proposal to build a new hockey rink in the middle of downtown, which is a much more vibrant area, and there's businesses there, and they say that more businesses will come when they move, and of course, they want the public funds to pay for part of it. There'll be some infrastructure upgrades that are needed, and then part of the cost of the city itself, the owner wants the city/taxpayers to pay for. And then, so you get like a proposal from the owner of the team, and you get a number of other documents that are either for or against, and you have to read it and kind of look at all this different information and do a bit of distilling and come up with in this case, we had to create like a report that was like with a recommendation, and here's why, and here's the pros and cons, and blah blah blah. And so you get 60 minutes to do it all, read all the stuff, and then write your thing. You're given a little window to write it in, and it's just a text window. It's like you're writing in Notepad. There's no spell check, there's no grammar check, nothing. Because part of it is they want to see how good you are at English. So I did that, and it basically took every second of the 60 minutes. And then the second part, they'd have you read they'd have you read something. So there was one that was, so it'd be something that might be talking about a study of something, like, what would be a good example I could use? I don't know, maybe the maximum amount of sound that you can comfortably listen to, and have a bunch of people listen to that. And then they correlated it with how much they like Reese's peanut butter cups. and that wasn't the exact thing they had, but it was like that, and it made about as much sense, the correlation. And then they'd ask you questions, and you had to answer the questions, which of these statements would validate this hypothesis? How else could you run the test in a way that might support the hypothesis, and blah, 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 blah. And you had like 25 questions of that, and you had a half an hour to do that. That was the part I found the most difficult, because I suspect it's one of these things where there is no one right answer. There might have been one right answer. I'm not sure that there were very many wrong answers. I have a feeling some of them were, because it felt like shades of gray a bit, so maybe, so they must have set up something. I don't think it's your typical multiple choice of one right answer, 4 wrong answers. I don't think that's the case at all. So, but I got through it, and I was, that's a half an hour, so it's time too. And you had 25 questions to get through. And there were like 3, I think they gave you a different document to read every 10 questions, I think it was. So there were like 3 different documents to deal with there. Those weren't very long, so it didn't take that long to read them. But it did. I did take pretty much every second of that half an hour. I gotta wonder how somebody that wasn't as good a reader or as good a writer as I am would fare on this test. I have a feeling that might be, if you were like a really slow reader, or maybe you weren't very good at writing, that's gonna obviously have an impact on your end result. I won't know what that is for a couple weeks. Apparently, the reason they want it, they're doing this whole testing thing through the 29th, and then they're gonna score the test after that. So after that, I'll find out how I did. So I'll be certain to let you know. But I'm gonna let you go. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you then. So, be seeing you.